From the search and rescue and the air ambulance side of things, from what they both said, it's bang on. It's about having the shield, and the shield can be penetrated occasionally. And I never thought I'd get to a point or situation where it would get too much for me. I always thought I was on top of these things and I could manage it all. And like I said, we had a very good culture, particularly in the air ambulance, where obviously working with some seriously amazing medical doctors, that talking was really important. But even that wasn't quite enough for one particular instance for me. I worked several times on very traumatic jobs involving children. And after I had my own children, I think the relation between the job and the personal life was what really took me over the edge. And I started feeling things that I've never felt before, and I got very sad and very down about sort of this particular family. And I think you start to take away bits of the job, and you take them home and you keep them in your body. And of course, you don't want to share them with your loved ones because you just don't want to bring that sort of stuff home. So the only place you can talk about it is at work. And if you don't have necessarily the right tools or the right environment at work, then you can see why things snowball and get quite bad. I was lucky enough that I sort of identified that something was going on. I spoke to a lot of people about it, and that talking and that kind of dealing with it, knowing also that my colleagues I work with who've been in the medical profession for 30 odd years in some cases, they also were feeling from this particular job very troubled. It allowed the crew at the time to go through a bit of a debrief process, and so we regularly used to talk about it and try and understand it better. And I think that helped me come to terms with just the enormous sadness of what I'd witnessed.
And having gone through that then, again, what advice would you give to other people in similar situations who start to feel like there's something wrong, you're not quite yourself, and you're not sure what to do?
Yeah, I think, as everyone has said, I think the most important thing is being able to talk about it. I think if the culture of openness and understanding is there in the workplace, then it gets drawn out naturally. As everyone has attested to, either a good line manager, a good mate, good family members, being able to kind of notice it and see it in you and draw it out. I think you feel less like, okay, I can talk about this now because it's all right. And it's understandable for those who work in high pressure environments. It is understandable that you see something traumatic. It's going to affect it. We're all human, we all have emotions, and we shouldn't be embarrassed about the fact that we get very sad, very down, or very troubled by some of the things that we see or do. But it's not just the high pressure side that happens. It can happen, it can creep up on people in all different ways. And as you'll hear, I'm sure, throughout today, mental health affects everyone in different ways, and it can come completely out of the blue to all sorts of people in very unexpected ways.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.